Do you have hopes and dreams and goals? Do you actually want to see them fulfilled and become your reality? If you do, you're going to have to learn how to fail. What? Chances are extremely high that if you really do want to succeed, you're going to experience some failure along the way. And so today, I wanted to post this video to discuss the two different ways to fail, so that you can be empowered to choose the one that actually moves you forward towards your goals. Post in the comments your thoughts about failure right now. Did you notice some resistance when I just mentioned that you have to do it? You have to learn it? Do you think it's bad? I want to know. I'd be really curious. There's no right or wrong, but I'd be interested to see what your current thoughts are. When we're looking to change, when we're transforming our lives in some way, ideally for the better, then from time to time you might find yourself slipping back into an old, unhealthy habit. Or something unforeseen might come up and interrupt your best laid plans. Perhaps something doesn't work out the way you expected it to this time. That's okay. This is actually a good thing, because this is failing by doing. It is the path to your ultimate success, because these kinds of failures can instruct you, can guide you on what you might need to do differently. What's working? What's not working? What do we need to change next? So ask yourself, when you experience one of these things, what can you learn from the failure? What would you need to do or think or feel differently? And how might you do that now? Of course, it's always useful to ask, when you experience this failure, what will you do? It doesn't always have to be what you've always done. Now, of course, you may have been doing these things. You may have been trying something out, having it not work, learning from it, failing by doing. Or you may have not been. You may have gotten distracted by the events of your life. You may have felt overwhelmed. There's too much to do. Or confused. I don't know what to do. Maybe you know the things to do. You just haven't gotten around to doing them yet. You've put them off till later. This is failing by avoiding. This is the path to staying stuck where you are, for finding your goals and hopes and dreams to be forever elusive. And let's face it, it's not that you just don't achieve them and stay where you are. You probably go backwards a little bit. You may find that you're probably eroding your self-belief and self-esteem while you're at it. This kind of failing is what we call failing ahead of time. It's the not asking that person if they want to go on a date because they're frightened, because you're frightened they might say no. So effectively you say no for them. Failure ahead of time. Now, chances are, if this has happened to you, that all that's happened is that the primitive, survival-orientated part of your brain has really gotten involved in the process. It's feeling threatened by the idea of change, or by the amount of work, or just by doing things differently. It likes to stay with what it's always done, right? It's heard your thoughts that you don't know how, or that it's all too much, or it might be unpleasant, right? And those things might happen, but your primitive brain has heard them and activated your fight or flight response. It's urged you back into the cave of familiarity, where it's saying, stay safe, do what you've always done. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about those hopes and dreams and goals. They're scary and painful. Just survive today. Trouble is with that, and you probably know it, so you don't want to be in the cave. It's not where you want to be. You don't want to stay in these old habits and these old self-destructive routines. You know, at least in the more evolved, higher part of your brain, the change is necessary. It's just probably going to be uncomfortable. Maybe you won't get it right the first time. Have a think about that. Have a think about how many people you know or admire that just show up and get it right first go. Think about all of those elite athletes. Do you think they don't ever fail? Do you think they just turn up to show it to the game or the event, succeed? No, they have to turn up to training. They have to practice. They have to fail. They have to get it wrong. They have to try again. In your journey, you may have to experience unpleasant urges. You might have to have urges or cravings that you don't respond to. You might have to give up some short-term pleasure for the long-term satisfaction. You might have to put in some effort that your primitive brain would rather avoid. It turns out that to succeed, you have to risk failing. You have to risk getting it wrong, maybe many times on the way. And I just want you to notice today that you're in discomfort either way. You're either in the discomfort of trying and risking and failure on the way to your goals and your dreams, or you're in the discomfort of failing to achieve your dreams, of not having accomplished them. You're failing either way. They're just different flavors. And only failing by doing ultimately sees your goals and hopes and dreams fulfilled. You actually have to choose every day. Will you fail by doing? Or will you fail avoiding ahead of time? So you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to fail. I want you to know that when you accept that as just part of the deal, it's just a fact, it's part of the process, then something happens, right? Your brain switches from this is bad to this is an important step. This is an indication that I'm on the right path, that I'm in action, that I'm trying, that I'm learning. And then what happens is that noticing the failures can be fun. It can be empowering. It can be something to be looked forward to. Robert Kiyosaki says, he says, let me start that quote again. He says, failure defeats losers, and failure inspires winners. When you're inspired, your primitive survival part of your brain doesn't get scared. It doesn't get involved. It doesn't get in the way because it wants to have fun. It wants to feel empowered. What it means is that when it gets out of the way, you're unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And success becomes inevitable. So, I'd love you to let me know in the comments, how will you fail today? Let me know. type it in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or join up to my email list so that you can get notified of each and every training video when it goes up. And I'd love to hear about your progress. I'd love to hear what you think of this video. And if it's useful for you, if you enjoy it, give me a like, give me a reaction, and share it with your friends. I want you to succeed. I want you to have the experience of living your hopes and dreams and goals. So I urge you to move towards those things today by choosing to fail by doing. Have an amazing day. If you want more help transitioning into the life that you want to be living, rather than the life that you have, then remember, you can always sign up for a free exploratory coaching session with me on my website. Go to livemorelife.com.au and click on free exploratory session. Fill in the form and I'll be in touch to help you out. Talk to you soon.